Alright folks, I stopped for a little cafe latte and I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I do when I'm not having a camera. This is some stuff that I put in my journal on various things in parts of my books that when I didn't have a camera I would write in his book, and there's dialogues and things like that. You know, look at this, here's dialogue. I think you've done very well. During that time together you made quite a bit of progress. Why are you doing this? You know, things like that. That's a little dialogue. It was for something else I did. And then, you know, oh, here's something here you might enjoy. This is, look at that. I gave away the title of the book, Defying Gravity. Maybe in Venice, maybe not. Something called the Moses Project. We've got the character's name. His name is Professor Daniel Coleridge, MIT. He's got a colleague, Professor Hans Gretel, believe it or not. He says Gretelli, but it's really Gretel from Germany. And people make fun of his name and that sort of thing. And these are some of the things. A little bit about the Moses Project. I'm going to go talk to somebody about that today. That actually exists. The guy worked on the New Orleans project and things like that. Scenes. I've got different things here about scenes I'd like to see in the book. Eureka moment, what's that? Something about the sinking at California. There's a visit. The woman's father is a professor of history. There it is right there. I just thought you might get a kick out of things I do, you know, when I write the book, some of the research that I do. These are all notes, and I take notes all the live long day, on the plane, when I'm sleeping, in bed at night, different scenes, paintings being evacuated to the mainland, people leaving. Angelina can't get away back to Venice because of the evacuation. There's a scene with rain, lightning, water flooding, running to find Angelina. The grandmother moved away from Venice and she tells the story of her family. Angelina's an artist. Hans is almost killed in an accident. I said almost because originally I had him killed and I said, you know, I think he's going to be a likeable guy, but you know, he might die, you never know. Why is the sinking accelerated? A couple of questions I got. Lots of interesting plot lines and things like that. And then over here, the history of Venice, define the Moses principle, the Moses aspect, stuff like that, the Moses disciple, etc. So now I'm going to have me cafe latte that says Minute Maid. Wasn't that an American orange juice or something like that? My little croissant here. So look at that, looks delicious. I have to take a bite of that right now. Look at this, I've got company here. Little birdie wants to have a piece of my croissant there. Get away from my croissant. Almost got it. You stay away. You stay away from my croissant. Look, I'm going to pat you with my big finger here. But two of them. One of them's going to try to distract me. And put this right over here. Look at it, trying all sorts of things here. He's trying to attack me. New Jersey Joe is always on the lookout. This is the little place where I'm having the cafe latte and reading the paper and making a few notes before I continue on my journey to do research. I may buy a banana or something like that for later, I don't know. It's quite possible I'll buy it from this stand right there. And by the way, sometimes what I like to do when I'm writing a book or doing research in a certain place or a certain location, obviously is go there. But I've been here before, and I can't stay here for, you know, months at a time, although I did for, you know, Gustav's Lighthouse. I went to Norway and spent a considerable amount of time there. But I can't do it here because I'm also working on a screenplay. So what I do is with this video, which I love, man, I've never used it before. I just take lots of shots and I think about, you know, all the things that might be included in my book as scenes or places that I might want to talk about or describe. And then I can show this tape to myself later on and either become inspired by it or just, you know, provoke some memory about something about Venice that helps me go on. So now you can see that it's more like 8 o'clock in the morning. People are working, the boats are moving, people are getting on and off and having the cafe lattes like I did. And the day has begun here in Venice. There's little boats, there's tugboats, and then of course, oh for Christ's sakes, there's big boats too. Good Lord, look at this size of it. Here they come, the tourists are coming in. Look at them all. They're going to be flooding the blooming streets. Look at them. Oh, good Lord. Good thing I got up early. It's why I like to get up in the morning and get out and do my research early. You know why? Because otherwise you're loaded with tourists, especially if you're doing historical stuff, you know. You try to imagine what it must have been like here 500 years ago. Here it is, the Port Authority. Here, they've got some beautiful doors there. Look at that. Very nice doors. I'll tell you right now, one of the hardest things to do when you're writing is to work with all the international authorities, you know, and usually they're pretty good, you know. You say you're writing a book, you know, and you're an author and blah blah blah, you know, and but trying to weasel your way around to get the right information, to get the right contacts, you know. I mean, you know, people are naturally suspicious. They didn't used to be, really, what, 10, 15 years ago, but they're a little more suspicious now when you want information about their city. See, I like this part of town because this is where the people live. And you know, it's easy to write a book about the stuff that you know, where all the tourists go and stuff like that, but I got to get off the beaten path. That's what I do. See, I think that's what makes the book interesting, really, because it's all the tourists are going to get all crazy when the disaster happens here. All the people in Venice are going to say, all right, so what? You know, we're used to it. There's a lovely colour right there. Look at that. I like that. There's a lot of buildings like this, you know, they look all closed down and everything. They probably are just waiting to be restored. Here's a boat full of wine. Yeah, look at that, it's rosé right there. I guess you know by now I love these dilapidated looking things that have been ravaged by the water. Here comes more supplies, water, soda, wine, vino. They got it all. It's all going out to the restaurateurs. The day is starting here again, I told you that. There's a little kitty there sitting in the window. Hello little kitty, enjoying the sun. This is the view that the cat has. Up and see what it sees, look. Our dog being walked. There we go, here's a lovely church. I love this part of town. This really is where the neighbourhoods are. You get away from the tourists and then you get back here and it's what real life is about. Now, you've got to have money right here, but still, it's better than being surrounded by the bloody tourists. And look at that, see that little passageway from the canal into this, whatever it is, a little courtyard probably. Pretty cool. Look at this conglomeration here, it's certainly been ravaged, but look at all the different things they've used to stop it. I mean, it's covered with all sorts of stuff. People coming and going. Oh Joe, keep your mind on business, will you? Good Lord Almighty. It's kind of interesting, the brick columns here. You ever seen brick columns? Well, here they are. Alright, here we are, back at my little hotel. There it is. Oh man, it's good to be back.